by total internal reflection. That is the principle of optical fiber. So what is the principle of optical fiber? Total internal reflection. So what is total internal reflection? It is simply, I mentioned here, total internal reflection means the complete reflection of light rays reaching an interface with a less dense medium when the angle of incidence exceeds the critical angle, that we call as total internal reflection. Now, the propagation of light rays from one end of the fiber to another end of the fiber by multiple total internal reflection is the principle of an optical fiber. How fiber works? How light propagates from one end of the fiber to another end of the fiber? By total internal reflection. Now, what are the conditions to produce total internal reflection? So, what are the conditions to produce total internal reflection? First main condition, light should travel from denser medium to rarer medium. Okay. And second condition, the angle of incidence at core cladding interface, it must be greater than critical angle. These are the two conditions. Once again, I am repeating here. Light should travel from denser medium to rarer medium. And second condition, the angle of incidence at core cladding interface, it must be greater than critical angle. Okay, these are the two conditions to produce total internal reflection. Now let us see what happens if angle of incidence at core cladding interface, if it is less than critical angle, if it is equal to critical angle, and we know if it is greater than, what happens if angle of incidence at core cladding interface is greater than critical angle. Okay, now we take, it is the fiber, it is the core, refractive index of core is N1 and it is surrounded by cladding, refractive index is N2. So refractive index of core is slightly greater than cladding refractive index. That's why here core act as denser medium, cladding act as rarer medium. It is the incident ray. When light rays, here it is the interface, core cladding interface, this one. Okay. When light is incident, the angle of incidence at core cladding interface, if it is less than critical angle, then light rays refracted into the cladding. After that, it emerges out from the cladding. Okay, no reflection here. And if you observe next figure, same. Here, if angle of incidence at core cladding interface, if it is equal to critical angle, then what happens? Light rays transverse along core cladding interface. Light propagates along core cladding interface. Here also no reflection. Next, third case. It is the main point here. If angle of incidence at core cladding interface, if it is greater than critical angle, then light rays totally reflected back into the same medium. Totally reflected back into the same medium. That means it undergoes total internal reflection. Okay. So first, if angle of incidence at core cladding interface, if it is less than critical angle, light rays refracted into the cladding material. If it is equal to critical angle, light rays transverse along core cladding interface. If it is greater than critical angle, light rays totally reflected back into the core material. These are the main concepts here. That is the principle of optical fiber. So once again I am repeating first concepts what we discussed here. First, what is an optical fiber? What is an optical fiber? It is a guiding medium by carrying information from one place to another place in the form of light waves. And next we discussed types of fibers, advantages of fibers in communication. We discussed number of advantages of fibers compared to other communication systems. So next we discussed construction of fiber. Main parts, it consists of core, cladding, silicon coating, buffer jacket, strength members and black polyurethane protective layer. And next we discussed principle of optical fiber. What is the principle of optical fiber? Total internal reflection. Next, what are the conditions to produce total internal reflection? So it is the first concept here. I hope everyone understood. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask me. Okay. In next video, I will discuss working of an optical fiber and types of optical fibers. Okay students, thank you. Have a good day. Bye.